Night number 2. I don't think we did a video last night. I don't remember. Also, we lost the GoPro for some period of time.
We took some cool photos instead.
Doing a fair now, but the light changes enough in between each picture.
Our second night anchorage is a real beauty of a spot, almost into Howley on the main brook.
Also. All the logs.
Yeah, Christian's stuff got wet. Luckily, we have a lot of deck space.
Apparently the Nova Scotian, what do you call it?
That's not the Nova Scotian thing. You can't even tell the patterns on your underwear.
Blue, that's radish. This one's navy.
We don't need an interview with Christian's underwear. But the Howley is just straight that way. You can see a few bits and buildings. And if you go out around that way, you come back out to the main part of the main brook, sandy dump area, and you can see some, well, I can see some quads on the railway bed in that way. And Grand Lake is just down there. It's a nice spot, very quiet. We're anchored in about 3.5, 4 meters of water. Seems to be a nice muddy bottom, which is good for the anchor. It's good. It's a nice evening. We just finished cooking some hamburger helper and some hash browns, which were pretty tasty. Sorry, beef noodle hamburger meal, not hamburger helper. That's my brand allegiance showing. Oh, there's a lot of flies.
Yeah, I took my hood down for the video, but
yeah, no, it's not worth it. I kept my cap on, even though it's pretty ratty looking.
Oh, your cap is great. It's vintage.
Yeah, I have a cap too. Nick, did you have a cap at some point?
Well, Anthony's dad had a cap, and it's at the bottom of Sandy Lake right now.
This is our lifeline, the citronella candle, which makes it so that it's bearable. It's like almost 10 o'clock too, I think.
I have no idea what time it is.
It's probably, no, because
It is.
It's
9:25.
Yeah, okay, so it's 9:30 and it's still very bright. The sun is setting over there beautifully. Unfortunately, these trees are blocking our view, but it is beautiful. And it's beautiful in all directions in general, so we're okay. And there's fish breaching all around us. All right, so we are right here. So Sandy Dump is right over here. This is where the trestle is in Howley. And we're kind of in between in this little, just off in this little cove a little bit, just enough to get into where the boggy bottom is and get a good footing for the anchor. Waypoint number 4 is our anchor, and you can see our swinging around it a little bit. Well, yeah, this is night number 2 on the boat. How was night number 1?
Well, you know about my clothes.
Yeah, wet. Wet was the story of night number 1. Also windy and not a lot of sleep. But it's not going to rain tonight, and it's not going to be windy tonight, so it should be.
Could have went worse. All the knots held on the tarp.
The boat didn't drift away, even though we thought it did. At one point, myself and Anthony woke up at about 2:30 at the same time when we thought the boat just drifted away. It didn't, but it was very scary because it was still raining, and it would have just been awful. We had to deal with the anchor. We've all had to get up.
Only my shirt was wet when I found out I was wet, which was like 10 out of 10.
The forecast doesn't have any rain in it tonight, so we should be good. And it's also not going to be windy. So without having to strap a tarp on there, we won't have the noise of the tarp fluttering around. And without rain, Nick should stay dry, hopefully. So yeah, that's it. That's basically what it is. Good night.